Greetings and welcome to another episode of Legend Live Music TV. This platform is created to network musicians from near and far, whether you're in the facilities of Birmingham, London, all over the world. We need to find out a little bit more of our musicians and what they've been up to and their background and also their journey. This week we got a very, very interesting set of guests with so much history that, boy, I don't even know. But we're looking forward to bringing them onto the screen. So without any hold-ups, I would like to introduce to you the first guest. The first guest I have today. This guy is known to the world. He's a fantastic human being, and it's a brother I respect very much. Mr. Mikey D. Greetings, Mr. Mikey D.
Good evening, Steve. How you doing, big man?
I'm fine, my brother. How are you?
Well, I'm here. I'm locked down, but I'm grateful to be your guest on your show this week.
It's a pleasure to have you on here, man. And I know you're a very busy man. So it's nice to have you on the scene, and in the house. You know what I mean? Right. Before we go anywhere, I'm gonna introduce the next set of guests while you're on screen. So just relax. It's a relaxed atmosphere. Just, everything nice. Yeah. So the next guest I'm going to introduce to you is known in Birmingham as a musician as well. And he's been on the scene for a long time, even probably longer than me. You know what I mean? But I like to introduce you to my brother, man. My brother. Teacher, respect my brother.
Yeah, listen. Yes, man.
Greetings, my brother. Greetings. It's a pleasure to have you on the screen. How are you doing, man?
Well, we're cool, man. We just go and fight.
What you mean, man? Yo, that's what we gotta do, man. Right. Positiveness and energy, and this is what we're here. You know what I mean? Well, I'm looking forward to speaking to you later on in the program. But at the moment, just relax, and just cool, and we just go through it gradually and nice and
honored to be here.
Blessed love, my brother. Right, the next guest I'm gonna introduce to you is this brethren here. I don't know who him to play with. I ain't got a clue who he hasn't played with, but I tell you what, he's a blessed brethren. And I known him for many, many years as well. I've had the privilege of working with him somewhere along the line as well, but I don't know who don't really know this brother in the music business, especially in the deeper side of the music business. My brethren, Carl Gentles. All the way from London. Blessed, my brother. Blessed.
Legend himself. What you say, Steve?
Yeah, man. How you mean? It's a pleasure to have you on Legend Live Music TV. How you doing?
Yeah, man. It's been good.
Nice.
Lockdown is what we used to as musicians.
All right.
We always have rehearsals. We always on the lockdown anyway.
For real. So we've got all the guests online at the moment. Later on, I think we're gonna have some other guests sneaking in. But as we go down the line, I let everybody know what's going on. So I tell you who I'm gonna start with you, Mikey D.
Okay.
Right now, I've known you for many, many years. And we've worked together on different projects and stuff like that. But you know what? I don't really know your history. I don't really know how you got into music. And a lot of people don't know, but we enjoy your energy. We enjoy what you do out there. And, I like you to tell the viewers, how you got into music and when was your first experience in the music?
Okay, so Steve, music from Idemini, that from mommy and daddy, from the front room, from the gram, that's where it first started, yeah? Learning about what mommy and daddy, their music and stuff like that was going to be the backbone of me being a musician, being a DJ, being a promoter and stuff like that.
All right.
But I think my history started as a music promoter. I used to keep a lot of show in Coventry, my hometown. Put on some big dances, small club stuff, that kind of thing. And I did that for many years and did it quite successfully. And then one night, I put on an event at a little wine bar place. And the DJs, who I booked, never turn up. Now, as a promoter, and your DJs don't turn up and you have a place full of people, problem. So, jumping on my car, went home, draw from some of my old vinyl, draw some CD when we did have, and I had to DJ the night myself.
Yeah.
When the night done, everybody kind of shake my hand, say, boy, we like the vibe, man, we enjoy the night, man, do it again, do it again. So, started to buy music. When I went to Jamaica, I was bringing music back from Jamaica.
See.
And then the DJ thing started.
Okay, so hold on. So, all right. Did you do anything in the home as a young guy for school, during school, or anything like that? No.
Not really musically, no. When I was at school,
all right. So what you're telling me is where it started from.
Yeah. I wasn't really only mommy and daddy song we used to play, because you know the kids them nowadays have them iPhone, iPad, Spotify, Apple iTunes to listen to MTV. They can listen to all their streaming platforms. When we did young, if we did want to listen to music, our mommy and daddy have panagram. So that's my early music.
That was your first experience then from music.
And I'm sure Paul and teacher are the same thing as well, you know?
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of people. I don't think there's much people out there who didn't start somewhere along them kind of starts there, you know. But so that's when you became a DJ, because obviously you was thrown in the deep end.
I was thrown in at the deep end, yeah.
You swim. No, after that, where did you go from there?
Okay, so basically I used to keep a lot of dances with some of the biggest sounds selectors from up and down the UK, from London. People like Rodigan used to come to Coventry back in the days. Birmingham, Love Injection, Wasifa, all them sounds used to come and play. And so basically, when I started the DJ, it was a few little. First of all, it was like some house parties, family events. Then it moved up to a little pub thing, until it moved into some club and to some bigger shows, until I started to get a little bit of a name for myself. And then I think that the changing point in my career kind of started about 20 years ago when I went on Sting FM, Birmingham's #1 reggae station.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and became a radio presenter.
Okay, so you're one of Sting's baby then?
Well, I came on the station when the station was 2 years old, right?
Wow.
And and I've been there ever since, you know?
Yes.
But the acknowledgement that I got from the people in Birmingham, remember, sir, Coventry me come from, yeah? And the love right, and the love that was shown to me from Birmingham was like a big thing to me at the time, you know, and it helped me to prosper, to go further and expand myself further, you know?
Okay, so right, so as you know, you mentioned something about putting on shows and stuff like that. So as you went along, when did you start? What was the next journey when you started to get even more popular? People start showing you love. What do what was you doing in the next move?
Well, obviously, I was putting on a lot of shows. Artists were coming here from Jamaica, and we put on shows up and down. Whenever there was a big dance, like say you had Cocker T, Half Pint, Gregory Isaac, some of them artists used to come to London. Some of the London promoters would bring them. We would bring them to Coventry on the Midlands leg or the Birmingham leg, things like that. I was involved in, yeah. And then after that, really, it was about the radio, doing so many years on Sting, and then I got to a point to myself where I wanted to expand the radio thing. So I started my own radio station, arawakradio.com. 5.5 years now, and we've just gone from strength to strength.
Nice. So that's where you're at the moment. Now, yeah, that is a nice journey.
But one of the things though, Steve, yeah?
Yes.
One of the things, Steve, I'll never ever forget, yeah, is the fact that for the last 20 years, yeah, I've been keeping an annual birthday party, yeah? And
which I know about it.
Song, you know already, right? My Earth song is the same as Bob Marley, right? So we have Bob Marley and Dennis Brown birthday in a February. And we love to keep my birthday with them two icons of Jamaican music. You know what I say, right? And I will never ever forget the time when we had Bob Marley birthday and I brought Legend Live to the function suite up on Mosley many years ago. You and the band came there and it was one of your early gigs, you know what I mean? Them
it was an early gig because even the venue itself wasn't even known as a venue that had live bands.
Live band, yeah.
Because I think what happened that where you wanted to, I don't know if there was somewhere you wanted to hold it, but that place came up and you always do your thing there. And I tell you one thing, you started something. I don't think you realize what you started then. After that show, everybody, all of a sudden my phone start ringing.
Yeah.
And you start something, man. If the phone start ringing, say the more book the band and
they want book you and stuff.
And all kind of something, you know what I mean? So, I thank you very much, and I have to big you up for that really because
not wrong. It was my pleasure. And it was an honor. Yeah, but also I think we as a community, we keep a lot of dance, but the old thing where we used to have bands, we used to come and play, they kind of go out for a little while, innit? So it was good that people could see a live band like yourself and the group, and it was nice.
The night was amazing because people was like they were shocked because Mike, they know you as putting on your show, everybody know Mikey D as somebody who put on his show every year. The Bob Marley and thing, to have a band.
Yes.
Hold on. That was another level. You just stepped up you just stepped the whole thing up, against everybody who did the thing, and you just took it to another level.
Yeah, and the thing is you did 2 sets, you did 2-hour sets. Yeah?
Yes.
An hour, break, music, and then you come back and mash up the place afterwards. And people love that, so respect Steve, trust me.
Oh man, I will never forget that, you know what I mean? But so Mikey, I tell you what, you have been a pillar to the community, you know what I mean? A lot of people, look forward to your shows, your events. And never mind the events, you as a DJ, you're an entertainer and you're a selector, right? And I know a lot of people in the chat will agree with that because some people can play music, but you have to know to read the crowd. And one thing I give to you is that you know how to read the audience and know what to play. Whenever things look like, you just know if you put on, you just have them. Because sometimes the dances before and DJs are playing and you're on it, but you're not come on yet. And the vibes are all right and thing, but come on. But I know the whole place was up.
Yeah.
I salute you, my brother, as a DJ that, Yeah, man. Right. So we're gonna continue with you down the line, right?
Okay.
No, but we're gonna move on to brother Teacher. No, Teacher.
Yes,
I know you as a bass player.
All right.
I know you as a and we've worked together down the line, but and in the community people know you because I name the Teacher boy. Everybody, boy, teacher, yeah man, teacher, man. Your mommy no teacher, man. Teacher, so teacher, you know what? Teacher, teach you one. Teach me about your journey.
Me always say each one teach one. My story is similar again to Mikey D, You grew up, you start at the Gram church, music, reggae on a Sunday. And slightly different because now me did have a passion for sound system. I have 2 older brothers them play sound. And I was hooked on sound from an early stage at probably about the age of 5, 6. Because eventually my parents split and my brother bring a big sound system to my yard. And from the time that sound turned on, nothing else exists. No school, nothing. Just sound, yeah. And we got through school. When we go to school, every record player, every piano, everything we look at, all we can see is music from a reggae perspective. And it's a passion. It does grip me from this stuff. And then
Okay.
I think from there, so we did end up round bands now. A couple doors down from me, there was a little bands. Some brethren them have a band called Reality. And the brethren who used to run it named Wayne Edwards. And he did have a cousin named Freddie who played Eclipse band.
See.
You remember Eclipse?
Yeah, man, you mean? Yeah, man, we know Eclipse. Oh, we know
All right, Freddie, lead guitar, is Wayne cousin. So them time we never drum kit. We use a fireplace and one letter and a pencil. We have beat some drum beats. And we have a guitar where we tune down to play bass. Another one to play rhythm. We have a little Casio keyboard. And we take an interest to it. But it's more like the sound, because sound now you put on the record and it's all there basically. So one brethren get a bass guitar, and I say, I love how that sound, you know, man. A Fender. So practice on it, and my daddy see me a play it, you know. Hey, where you get that from? Care about that doggy where you get, right? What's that doing here? So I say, all right then, back to the sound journey. Was playing sound, and then time they link up school. They have different sound, man. Each year I did have it school. I could remember when I used to walk on Angleton, every cellar, every attic have a band in it. Every road have a band. See. When you say live music, you know, it's live. And the vibe then was more vibrant. Even sound system. How them man play a sound now is totally different to how we know it. We used to watch all sound band. When we watch all Derek from Eclipse. Yes. When the man they play all the ayat, you know, you sit down and you hear some ayat fly, you know. You wonder if one hand play that.
Okay, so you started at an early age then, right?
Yes.
And then as you went on the line, you know, when did you start to play? All right, you know, we know you're playing with bands, because I think you even set up a band for yourself as well, wasn't it? Oh.
Yeah.
Let us know a little bit more of you.
Yeah. All right, so after watching learning off of the band with the lift couple drugs on, we get a vibes and we did go away from it and come back to it. We start a band, Positive Image, put together Marco Cousins, Rhythm, Marcia, and the band did go on good. There's been some competitions and things, and it did go on good. Later on, we did go session, everybody kind of go them own way and thing, and we set up a little studio, we start record, and we did go session on the bass. Back artists like Admiral Tibet, Terry Ganzi, Scotty, Blackstones, and Prince Allah was one of the biggest show them put on by Tony Owens. And yeah, man, we love the vibe. We always love the yard vibes, you know. But again, I was greatly inspired by a band called the Reggae Revolutionaries with some great musicians around there, and it's mind blowing, you know. Watch all man like James and them man. What? Listen, hey, you see before them man fly out, the happy day them man they rehearsal before them fly out, you know. Every rehearsal I don't miss before the plane listen to it. Yeah, man. So but my career now has always been like, I love music globally, from live music to DJ to producing music. And that is where we start. That's where me there now, mainly production thing, you know. Cause it's like
I work. You have a studio in it.
Yeah. Yes. Show me at work and I do that to them now. All right. Me not get for tour like I like for tour. So me say me I go progress in another direction and produce things, you know. So even though me not get on the live front, a production and show me I deal with a rhythm and thing, and because Jamaican and link up with all China and Scorpio, Black Scorpio, and Fredlocks and all them man there. And it's a nice vibe to see man who you play upon record, you get a chance to meet them and actually sit down with them and build a vibes. And one thing they put me on from the heart, the man them never dishearten me. My vibe click, my name vibe click instant. Sizzler, all them man, the Miguel and Daddy. And it's a nice vibe all across the mark. But yes, man.
Okay, so when you don't actually you link up with them, you link up with musicians.
Yes, man. Yes, man. I used to like, one thing with technology now, it allows you to keep the links now. At the click of a mouse and like how we link you now. Even though
That's
a
true.
lockdown, so we still communicate. So the vibe no stop, you know. So me give thanks be to from there. So from coming from an analog state of the DJ and studio and live band, I can appreciate the digital format too, because the man for use technology, use up the technology. Today now we used to walk with a bag of record, we don't have to do that no more. We have the technology. Although we keep the respect and keep the format. You can't diss where I come from, you know?
No, you can't diss the root.
Real.
Yeah, the root.
No, you can't. You like parents. You can't because you come here big and strong now. You have to always remember where you come from, how you come through. So give respect to the item as well. You know? You give me enough inspiration, you know. How the thing go?
See.
Yes, man.
See. So at this particular point now, you're producing and still in them. You know the work. You know the work. You know you're someone where always I work still. You know, but you're still in music. You know, which is good.
Yes,
you know?
Man. I mean, hey, me not put on the bass, you know. Me not put on the instrument.
You're not gonna put on the bass. You're not. You're thinking that
incorporate it in a way I do, because one thing even though Jamaica now, them don't leave the live instrument, you know. That have to incorporate in our one. You know? You can have a mechanical vibe, you know. Me down there with all Earl China Smith and them man there. And you play a computer and it's like mechanical. And then me run a tune. Now when you say how would that on the bass, you say slide down bar. How would that I play the guitar there? Earl China, Mr. Wrangling, you know? Then don't leave the live, you know? So I just saw it there, man. Keep the thing live, you know?
If you notice, a lot of things are coming back live now. Because sometimes I don't think programming now getting drummers in there and things like that.
Well, I think this, unless you come from a live foundation, you know, really fully qualify, you know, because you don't really understand. If you know our live instrument work, clarinet, bass, how it's played, you will use the technology better. If you know sound system and how things play, you will know how to come across. You will know if you turn off one deck sometime and come across original school. You will know how to present yourself because you have the foundation. You know?
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So and right now you're just producing and just enjoying life, basically.
Yes. You have a lot of products to come on road soon and website and launch and thing, you know? So
all right, well, we have to bring you up when that come back on the program.
Yes, man. Yes.
Well, definitely. You know. All right. So, anything else you wanna add to that? Or you're nice, you know.
It was nice with that, man. Let's keep the thing live, you know. Right. I mean, love what you do, man. Keep the thing going.
Love respect, man. All right. So we're enough respect for that journey that we just tell about, man. It's a very interesting journey, and you and DJ Mikey D. Enough respect for that. Now we're gonna move on to Mr. Carl Gentles. So I know Carl a long time, and you know, Carl beat up. You know, it's just been so long. But greet up the viewers, man. I let them know who you is, man.
Yeah, well, greetings everyone. When I say a long time, I know I'm like plan. I've been around a long time with you from in the 80s. So, you know, play with most of the singers I can think of.
So, all right. So, before you got to them, right? When did you start? When was your first experience of like getting involved in music? Like, you know, from a youth and you see, or you hear something on the radio, or you see something, or whatever. What brought you to music, really?
Well, the most things. I had two uncles, and both of my uncles had two sound systems. Same thing. Sound system is always somewhere in both of them have sound system, right? And they would play against each other, you know. You wouldn't believe them. I told them, my brother, you know, the way them vicious when them fling down.
Real thing, man, real thing.
I thought it go,
man. I already said no play. You could have played a little more, you better deliver. So now watch on, but me, you know, because of that, me get a better vocabulary for the music. Cause them play sketch, them play rap steady, them play everything. Blue beat, come right up, everything.
Okay.
You can them play it, you know, and it go on until it evolve. And me take up an instrument. Well, my brother take up an instrument. Cause my brother went and joined Montego Bay Boys Club. Cause a Montego Bay, him go join Boys Club. Don't start.
Jamaica.
Nice. Yeah. And I said, boy, my brother, I play sax that time. I never know what me ever do it. I have no have a clue. So one day, you know, my brother got buy one of them little, you know, the thing where Augustus Pablo blow pianica.
Yeah.
So Augustus Pablo, man, me start to listen Pablo things, you know. But remember, say, I know me have the thing, you know, I'm a brother. Tell me that take it up and play it. And you know, take a one play and you know say me I play it. And when they catch me, say give me things, man.
Yeah, man. Give the thing, guys.
Anyway, we go on, Tifa. One day he come in and stop. Take it. We don't want it no more. Cause him is a man, him switch off. Him is a very talented man, you know, him paint, him draw, he can do portraits. You might know him too, you know, Milo, Ras Milo. That's my brother. Enough people don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Milo.
And him sound familiar.
Yeah, man. Him have him own son. You know, they are leads. I mean, so him do couple recording with Fat Man back in the day, you know.
All right.
So, then, yes, the man was such a versatile. Still is. Enough people don't know that. So he's a good.
He's still playing on, you know.
We're focusing mainly on the sound system.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so he call himself Ras Milo. So you look for that. So anyway, big up Ras Milo if you listen. So anyhow, the thing one day me hook up with some youth, but stick up in before it even get to that now. Me I learn to play this little piano and go to me go college now, start go college and everything is hunky dory. Me only just see that blow the little thing and happy. But me find myself I spend hours I blow this thing till me blow it till me hungry. Imagine you sit and blow that for 7-8 hours. You know, and left it because you just love it. And my ears I get attuned to the thing. So we end up going into a school choir. And then the woman who used to teach me, a lady named Margaret Vernon, she said to me one day, you know, Carl, you have a good ears with the music, you know. Why don't you take the exam? I said, exam? What are you talking about? Come in and know nothing about them. She said, yeah, the Royal Associated Board. Don't worry, man, I'll teach you. And she just give me the books and man say, Carl, learn this, learn that, learn that. I mean, I walk around in the backyard with my book in my hand, you know, I study the theory and I walk around, you know, and she said, boom, okay, exam time, boom, and I pass it. When I pass it, I start screaming from the top of the road.
That's good, man.
That's the first exam. That's why I passed the one and I don't care about nothing else, you know. Pass the music exam. So, and from this, you know, we start to, you know, hang around. Any band when me hear I play any music live, me hang around and watch them and I learn until I hook up with some brethren named they call themselves Links Incorporated in Montego Bay. Big man them for me now. If I could find that picture of frightened to see how we did lick up. Me the youngest one, me was about 15 and the man them all in the 30s. So me find a picture of one day, Steve. So anyway, we go on. Man, them can't be going at the hotel. Anyway, them go play pub gigs anyway. They come from bar and the pub. The man them drag me. Me say me afraid, like, you know, come and say, boy, them people are big people when they run me. I say me too young. But in any case, so I'm a play. I mean, I learn, you know, I make all my mistakes, the man, everything, and the man, they teach me, show me how to roll my 7s and my 9s and my extensions. But I still never quite get it. But go on until one day, yeah, I wash some clothes. You know, you go, we don't have no washing machine, you know, so you have to do it by hand. So, with their scripts, I wash out here, you know.
Lucky we.
Running at the yard. Oh, Brett. That Virgin named Carl Bryant Jr., Cannonball son, you know. I blow socks. The man run, come in the yard. Say, Carl, one job I go on, you know. I say, what do you mean? Yeah, man, we need a keyboard player for playing at the hotel. Don't a see win. I say, hotel, I don't know about hotel music, Virgin. We can't just about whole C minor. I say, no, man, come, man, 2 hours go on. I look at you, you know. And good on there, I know, means a man, the positive. If he say forward, no forward. I go at the hotel and Tony Da Costa take me on a wing, man, and start to show off it, right, play him because me have the theory already, but we just need somebody to explain how to play cards and melody and inversions and stuff. I'm stay with the man there until, you know, me end up start sing and play. That's how wicked, such a good teacher I was, and plus the repertoire I start, it's got hotel, you know. Then people are come with charts, they might come with them scores and they might throw it down in front of you. I have 2 hours to learn that, Steve. That is it. That is the ultimate. You know? Ultimate as a musician.
Yeah.
So them time you're there at Jamaica?
Yeah, man, we're there at Jamaica, man. And then
so what bands did you play with during that time in Jamaica then? Did you play what was your musical they start working with bands?
So what happened now? We come together and form a youth band. This is before we end up in the hotel. But the way all far that the youth band mash up and then we end up back in the hotel, reform ourselves back in the hotel. You see? Because we just draw for each other.
Yes.
Bring in a man I can know him for years, you know. He can play just like me, make bring in. Every time somebody leave, we bring somebody in the community we know. Because it's a very close knit community, you know. There are musicians in Jamaica. Everybody live loving. I don't like how we see it over here. Say, man, I fight, man, and them things. We're not doing it. If you're a musician in Jamaica, you're a family.
Yes.
You can literally walk into a next man's job and, you know, and try to take the man's job. Man, I used to come and call me, I'm tired, you know, go play for me now. And you just go play.
For real?
You know the way. I'm tired. Sing 2 tunes, man. I'm tired, man, and get up for it. Man in rest of Jamaica. So in any case now end up working in the hotel and the youth band we farm, we call it World Encounter Band. And because who inspired us mostly was Third World. We really love Third World sound and Steel Pulse.
Yeah, Third World was a big
Steel Pulse have to, you know, them time they know. Anything England do, we used to listen because your guys England thing different from anybody else, you know. It's just a different.
It's just a different sound, a different thing.
And sound is a different technique. You know, even when I came over to England, I look at the technique where everybody play with is different. You know, it's a different technique you guys use. Respect to it, you know. Nothing wrong. Everybody can be the same. But the perspective of when we see how we work at Jamaica and how we work here is 2 totally different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go after vibes and over here, so you do things proper. If certain things proper, you can't pass, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. We don't do things proper in Jamaica too, you know. We do it proper, but we go for the spirit and the essence of the thing more than doing a thing. Because sometimes a man they play something and a man say, yo, me like that, jump up. Back in the day, they used to have vibes man in a I used to dance to give the singer a vibe. His job was to just him stand up in a corner and dance. And if he can't make the man the dance, the tune and pass him. Yeah, so any tune I play for Gregory or any one of them, and him start dance too fast. If him not dance, producer look, how we get that?
Real man. Oh.
How you get that? Do it again, man. How you get that?
See.
And if it pass, you hear the whole of the control room and make nice. The whole place smash up. You say, we get the one day, you know? And all right. The same way. So yeah, so we end up in the hotel now, we are playing together and things are going, vibes are going, and so the musicians them who are on the circuit who are very experienced and touring, they need to come back and tell you things how touring life go on, or if you conduct yourself. Because you see, the musicians in Jamaica, one thing with them at that time, I don't know if it changed now, but back then, the man they used to groom me. And they used to groom us in how to conduct ourselves as musicians and how to apply our skills. We ended up doing the same thing like them. When I get my day off, all 5 of we go in the ghetto and we take the kids them and show them all the songs that we were playing in the hotel. And then carry them. When they're good enough to play it, we carry them just to play one song.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Anytime I show them the keyboard part, the bass part, the drum parts, everything.
True.
And then good enough now, we carry them in the hotel and just make them play and sit back and watch them.
That was a good principle, man.
Yeah. You plant seed.
It was a joy.
For real.
It was a joy to do that, you know. And some of those musicians ended up being really, really internationally. We don't know. People like, all right, when we used to play, people like Benji Myers used to come in our school uniform and sit down. And if you know who Benji Myers is, you look him up and you see. Benji Myers sit down in our background, so I watch him. Who else used to come? Paul Castic come in the school uniform. Castic come and him sit down. It's cool. You understand? They were younger youth to it. And then when we leave, like we graduate, because when me get the job in it, because LL, you know, LL, Lawrence Lewis. Lawrence used to play for Shining. And earning space. So when LL leave, I mean get the job. Oh. But LL was at another hotel. So me used to go at LL, when time LL done play upon a Saturday or Sunday, me find me ass over there and show me the tune them, you know. Me don't know how to voice on them cause LL finger them when him go so the whole like keyboard the man.
You're big and big.
Yeah, LL used to sit down, man, and LL used to show me certain things, and you know, so you learn. Yeah. So you learn, man, and lots of great musicians pass through and show things, and we pass it on, and we're there for years until we become very competent. You know, the band was like, we had Junior Jazz on guitar, and we had Isaiah Palmer on bass. Isaiah Palmer is playing for Groundation band now. Junior guitar for the Wailers right now, and he was lead singer for Inner Circle.
All right.
Then he was singing lead vocals for Third World as well. So and he was playing guitar in that youth band to show how important it is. Me on keyboard. Isaiah Palmer, who's in Groundation, who used to play for Gumshan band. He's the one now the Groundation man. Yeah. Then you had Carl Bryan Jr. on sax, which is Cannonball's son. Okay. The other trumpet player, he died. Tony DaCosta himself, Glenn DaCosta family. You know, Glenn DaCosta from Wailers. Him and him related. Uh-huh. Tony DaCosta was on vocals, and he was the first lead vocal in Catalan. He passed away now anyway. And that man used to, I tell him, he really did a good job with me. Because anything we don't know, he will tell me. Anything, any mistake we make him go and him come back and him correct me. And he will tell me, say, Brethren, I don't like how my hand section sound, you know, fix up.
Yeah.
And then you would carry the score. If we blow a song and go and score out the whole thing and carry it and get the hand section and get them to blow it till they get it right.
Uh-huh.
That discipline was
Steve, that sound like you, Steve. That sound like you when you have to see your big man.
Really?
Yeah, it's right.
I need a rum video.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mikey?
I know.
Thanks, Mike.
A true man, I not lie.
Yeah.
Certain men have sharp hearing, you know. They don't miss a note.
In the place, so you have to fix up. And everybody have them charts until we start memorize everything. After a while, we start memorize the tune them so fast. Then put the chart in front of it, and we go through it in 5 seconds. That's how we can get after a while of looking at them. You don't need them after 5 minutes. You just work it out. Coming out time, because every night is a different flow show, you know. A different show. AJ Brown used to do his own show. As you know, AJ Brown is now singing for Third World. He used to do his own show. A cabaret sing before him start to sing.
But brother can sing, man.
Yeah.
And he sound like rock body, man.
Yeah. Me I tell him background now, a wicked cabaret singer, I sing anything. Music, anything he can sing it. So that's where him come from, hotel. And him used to come with some big tune. I know what the amazing thing was. Throughout the entire time I work with him in the hotel, we never rehearse with him. Would you believe that? We never rehearse with him.
You just have the music tight.
No man, him just listen. He was one of the busiest singers on the North Coast. Them time there, if you get to talk to him, you're lucky.
What?
Run from we gone our next hotel.
And him a run it.
Yeah, and him a run the thing at the time, man. AJ Brown was it. If you can get AJ in a hotel, you're lucky. Yeah. But it's not that he did big-headed, but it's just that him had that confidence now. You know, till a while him say, which tune you don't know?
No, but the man confident in where I do and just knows him.
Yeah, we end up with the same way playing.
Carl, let me ask you a question, big man, yeah? So the bands, you're based in Mobile, and if you was based in Mobile, which hotel used to perform mostly?
Seawind. At that time it was called Seawind Beach.
Seawind, yeah, I know Seawind.
Montego Bay, yeah.
Yeah.
And when we get a chance to freelance, and them time the Banana Boat Club did open. Me remember when we still go school, you know. It was about 14, 15.
We start early, Carl.
Yes, man. Banana Boat going there. We're going to Banana Boat Club go play. You know? Never forget, first time ever going to one club go play. That was Banana Boat Club, me about 14.
So them time you have permission from your parents then?
Them don't know what I'm going.
Like most parents, them days then. Them don't know.
Like most parents, right?
Yeah, man. But if them did ever know, you'd have get someone from today till tomorrow.
It wouldn't happen. They never know nothing.
Why
Until
they tell you?
money, then no. Oh, so where you get money from? I want me get a the hotel, you know. And you know, and everything kind of changed from there. So
okay.
You know,
hotel work.
So why get a real job? You know them vibe there?
Yeah, well, it's a trade. They're gonna learn a trade and them thing there. No?
when they finally start bringing in income, some serious money start run down. Them say, They say, go on, son, go on.
It'll go on well, man. You know.
Go on well, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you know, it's you know, it's all through the Father, you know. If God name all along, tell me that turnover, no from them turnover, and you know, it's just me just farting it to the Father. Yeah, big role.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so right, so that's a little part of Jamaica. So when did you actually leave from that scene and went to come to the UK and everything?
Me leave Jamaica a little bit before 1986, 1984, 84, them time there.
Yes, around them time there. See.
Yeah, but me wasn't in Jamaica at that time. In New York.
So you went from Jamaica to New York?
So from Jamaica to New York, and then from New York to here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when we was in New York, I hooked up with a band named Calabash.
Okay.
You know Calabash?
I love Calabash. I love Calabash. Yeah.
And I left from there so and come straight to UK. Come to UK now. I buck up on what the band name? Yeah, there was this girl band in South London named Abakush.
Abacus, I remember Abacus.
Yeah.
All girls.
All girls. He was the only man in there.
Are you did
it? Lucky for you.
Yeah, Mikey was in there as well. Abakush. Mikey did play drums and then no, before me there was Zebi. Zebi used to play keyboard. And a tour come up from Zimbabwe. And Zebi couldn't make it, and we go Zimbabwe and Kenya and come back.
So hold on, before you go any further then, was that when you come from Jamaica, that was your first connection into getting into band live music in the UK? Was that the first connection?
Before that, me and Marley up, man. Me and Marley.
Yeah, because you can't put out a certain part of the history, you know, Bridget.
But
you land in England now, we want to know what happened in the land of England.
you see, everything are come in pieces, you know.
Okay, well, you was in America. You was in America.
Yeah, when me just come to London, me woke up on Coptic roots in East London with James and them man there. That time Colin Robinson I manage them. Same Colin Robinson will have reggae exhibition. He was managing Coptic roots. And them was a band, you know, them and Cimarrons and some
Cimarrons, yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, with Coptic roots now you have man like Nearest Joseph Asing, you have Errol Bellat, you have all of the young up and coming artists in East London, which was a go-to band at the time.
See.
You know, that time Undivided Roots are Rough Cut and them band they never formed yet. It was
that's before them.
Yeah. It's before them, man.
Wow.
So in any case, that's when I get the first taste of working in England. And then I buck up on Larry Professor. Larry Professor did a tour with Barrington Levy from Jamaica. And when he come call me, that time me meet a specialist, you know. At that time, specialist did a manage Barrington Levy and Shabba. Just before Shabba bus. He did a tour and a specialist was arranging the overseas gig them. So I said, come, we are go back. Whoever, Jawush, Frankie Paul, whoever on the thing, Barrington Levy, I go for it. And never forget, man, me and Bubblers did a back from Paul, and when me reached at the airport, everybody gone left me. They take the wrong terminal. We got the wrong terminal. Let me see. With me ticket in my hand, I just
So what on? When you catch a plane, the plane left for now.
He left me. Everybody else gone. It was only me and the guitarist wait for me and put me on the next flight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when we reach Paris now, the place ram. Guess who? A place named Muchalite. A venue where the same venue where Shabba got performing and they mash it up. And them say them now they don't want no more hip hop or no more reggae in them venue. One big problem, you know. When Shabba and the place, them sell the ticket, them oversell the place. And
yes, the place turn over.
The place turn over, people them get mad and want their money back, so they mash up the venue. And that did cause problems. So they don't want no more reggae in there, they don't want no more hip hop, they don't want none of them type of music they call, you know? Them it was new to them to see for the hip hop thing and the dancehall thing coming in front same time. It was new to them and too much take a place and the mayor hear about it, them ban everybody. That's a Francis T. Them racist and the mayor from, you know, not all French people, but you know, there's
We know what you said.
Yeah, so anyhow they go so boop and say boy I didn't want it. But anyway, stick up in. When we reach in the venue, you know, the place ram. Because it's a place so it's round. It's like an arena, it's just a circle. And you get upon the people all over your head top people. Right around you. Upstairs. Yeah, it's called Muchalite. It's like one of them old Korean cinema. And I did that when I play and we are going, you know. So anyway, ready now and the man them go so and we start to back Frankie Paul now, you know. And ear prof to me, you know, Carl, look here. So me I play, me say, what man? And I find say, Carl, look here. It's when me turn over and look. You know, show me in paper, you know, Steve. And nothing on the part, me can't see nothing on the paper. So, so how come you know, you write out your list? So how come you not see nothing on the paper? You know, and use the bingo marker and write out in paper.
You use what?
The man, you know, the bingo marker. And the man, them turn on blue light pan, you see, mash up him. Man, turn on bright blue light pan him. And all I'm right with the bingo marker and can't see. so that's what I tell him what key you know. So yeah, along the way you learn, you know. You learn not to make the mistake there again, you know. Because that one miss no more flight again. Ever.
No.
Ever, you know, happen to me again. Me never late, ever a gig or a flight or nothing or miss my bus.
No. You learn from your mistake. You learn from your mistake.
Yeah.
to me again. That not happen to me again.
No.
You know, unless something drastic happen, like your phone no alarm and wake you up, and you know something beyond your control. But otherwise, me no miss no gig, brother. From that.
Okay, so after that, now, what was the next journey? And during that journey,
me end up. We meet up with me and Stephen Wright start to work with Ijaman.
Okay.
But them did make the connection before. With Chris. Chris did play keyboard for Ijaman at the time. Chris passed about 5 years ago. And so we ended up touring with Ijaman with me, Marley, Suebi. Suebi coming before Amlock? No, Amlock, I think Amlock joined us. Yes, Amlock was there, but Amlock was playing guitar.
Well, I want to put Amlock play with you.
Guitar, Amlock was
I
first.
see Marley Steve.
Yeah? Yeah, man.
Marley playing for
was on guitar.
Yes, guitar, yeah.
Yeah.
Marley play guitar.
Okay, Amlock play guitar.
Marley, yeah.
Suebi on bass, me on keyboard, Asha Barnes on percussion, Conrad on drums. That was the unit right there, so. And we're back. We're back. Big Youth when he come over. We're back. Ijaman when he come over. Anybody you just take the equipment out of one tour bus and put in the next one and move. And just move. We never had time for rehearse. Culture. The culture comes same unit. So we are about the 3 artists them when they come. So for the whole summer, are we that?
Regular work.
And that's a good time.
Yeah, man, but I tell you, it was working, brother. Steve, I mean, want to hold everything, you know. Me want keyboard player, play hands and play and bubble and bang and
everything. I bubble, bang and hands, everything.
No, when you see the advantage a man now have now with the technology, you can take one keyboard and split it into them thing. Them you never have them luxury there. So you can split one keyboard into 3.
For real.
Split the one into 2 and you stand up and look pretty.
See.
Sometimes the man them look like them bored, like they not do nothing. You understand? But me, if I play 4 keyboards sometimes.
What?
3 and 4. And
me know you're old school here because most of the men were really from Jamaica them time. From Jamaica, you're well trained because it's a man that plays up all 4 keyboard and we are one, but you play the 4 keyboard and just have them there for looks. You play them because every one of them can move some quick for another one, so I'm 4.
Yeah. So me learn. You still watch.
Every song.
Yeah. Keith Sterling was one of the men that I learned from mostly, and Bob Lawal from like.
Willigan say no CD are the band man, are the bands man.
Yeah, true.
In a chat room, you know.
Bless up Willigan, Father Willigan, manners and respect.
Yeah, man, Willigan online, you know. It was wonderful interview with him last week, man. Wonderful interview, man. Him have a whole heap of history. See, all film history. It could one program can't do film history, man.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to you anyway.
So I advise any upcoming keyboard player is to learn everything.
True.
Learn everything
yes.
that you can a song and try to play them separately. Try and play them separately. Don't follow this ilk that you split the keyboard and you play just that register if you play organ. Because you miss out 3 other octaves a sound where you can use.
Yes, yeah. Create.
Yeah, shuffle the left hand. All right, I'll give you another example. So me have 2 octaves to play with your song. You shuffle a tune. But when we voice the card, so me use up the higher register to get a voice in that matches my right hand when I play with piano.
Okay.
If me go no deeper, it's too deep. If me go any higher, it's too high. So me still need 1 more octave to get where me really want to go. But because I play the keyboard, me put myself in a trouble. You see, so ideally, a person who play reggae organ, you're not supposed to split it. Because you're going to put yourself in all kinds of trouble.
And they send you Mikey Nanton. I'm bad for it, man.
Mikey, why am I the boy? I'm telling you, you get in trouble. Let me tell you why.
It can.
Let me tell you why you get in trouble. Because you may come from old school. A lot of times you sing old school, right? We switch the program upon you, So them now follow the tune or you learn it.
True.
And you come up there with all your splits and your this and that, and they decide say now follow that. Yeah, go do.
True. Yeah. Come see them shift the key on stage.
Split the keyboard. The man say, yo, play some organ and stuff for me now. And your life,
you can't go there.
Your life up because you only have one octave for work now. Oh, you're going to play to the man for organ and you know.
You see that a lot of live man, them change up on stage live, Then we sing it in a one key and come on stage and move it and you have to sharp and can do that instant. So, like you said, keyboard split, you can't go up there, you can't go down. You stop where you're there.
You stop where you learn it one way. So you find a lot of only learn one type of voicing. And it doesn't work sonically because if you listen to the record properly, you're not in that octave.
Then I stay still.
The other day, how you get that sound upon the organ? Everybody else will come and organ play live. Oh, it sounds, your own sound so. Like it in the song, like it just fit it because I hear what I need, hear where the range is in terms of the chords. I'm trying to match that. I try to match that. So whilst I'm playing, I'm changing my inversions while I'm driving. Me not just stick to a dead so. If the musicians move to a higher octave because something else is happening, like they want.
Yes, for real.
Me have to go with them. Me can't down your sound them up there so. It not sound right sonically. You see me? Like it's a sound man, you turn off all your taps and left P bottom.
Yeah.
You know,
Really?
Yeah.
And you turn on all the tops and turn off the bottom. Unless it's, but if you're a singer, the singer want to hear a full sound. They want to hear
full sound. Right, Chris.
Yeah, true. Right. That's him want to hear it. Yeah. So you're a keyboard player, your job is to cover the whole of that full spectrum there. Even if the singer move, you have to move with him. That's why a lot of people don't realize that live, you have to follow the singer. The singer want to express himself, you have to be there and be able to match him. If him change him emotion, besides saying, no one sing this, you have to find something to do. Oh, true. Yeah.
True. You didn't meet Jackie Mito?
Jackie Mito, no, me never, you know the funny thing, me never get to meet him. When he passed away,
Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham.
Tell that story. Jackie, it's just coming like me miss out for meeting the man, like me the one step behind him.
Yeah.
And catch up. And me end up playing at the man's funeral when he died. With UB40 and them like played at Brixton Academy was there.
Yeah.
Then years later, a brother named Peter Richard come to me with an unfinished album for Jackie Mito. The album never finished. It's like him do about Alpine other band upon the album. With Jackie. And the man carry the album come up, Jackie never finish it, I know so me have to finish it. And imagine trying to match up what Jackie Mito did, because that man was a genius, But I had to
tell me about it.
Brother, Jackie Mito, when he take him solo, say it deep. I mean, I have to sit down and listen what I'm doing and find the sound, the exact organ sound, and just imagine him play the solo them and do it. And say the man I sell bucket loads of the album they up to now. I mean, see what.
Yeah.
For real.
I sell bucket loads of it. But yeah, that I did quite a few recordings with people, man. Quite a few, a lot of recordings. Some of them.
How it feel like when you record enough man and say them not there no more, but the tune. So a lot of record now you play live. You play with a lot of production too, like D Brown and the man too.
Yeah, man.
So you hear about people enough. So you hear a lot of yourself. But so I must feel good. Must feel good to hear that.
Eh?
It must feel good to hear when you play up on a tune and you come back and say you that,
Yeah, you feel good, but you have to just keep yourself level still and just not make it get to your head.
For real.
Sometimes you have record on some tune and you don't remember the man come and tell you, say, are you the play on the tune they no call? Because a lot of times you work on people's material and they not give you no credit, Yeah. Let me work on for big Virgin V2 record and the big album and launch all man career and then just put on there, give thanks to all the dupes who work on this album.
And the copyright that.
Yeah, just say, oh, bloody
performance right that man.
Mechanical rights. It don't cost them nothing to put your name on it. It's so after a while you just ignore that and get on with it. You have to get on with it. You do it. Like free. But nowadays, it's like say something where you earn. Some people don't respect you because they don't know you are. I don't know what it is over here, but me know say Jamaica for your work, the man them a big you straight away.
When we love that. They love that with Jamaica.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
One thing I know about Jamaica, your instrument and your talent can feed you.
Yeah.
In England, you struggle sometimes as a musician because a concrete jungle we live in, food have to buy. So as Jamaica, a man can play a keyboard, drum, guitar, assign himself to one instrument, America, then play one or two. But it have to feed him, and so he can put him entire passion in it now. And like that. England, is a dangerous move. And it shouldn't go through.
It's not like there isn't work, It's not like there isn't work for the musicians them. But what happens is you have some people who jump the queue. You have some people who are not really musicians. They're hobbyists. They're enthusiasts, as you would call it. And the enthusiasts,
me totally understand where you come from.
The enthusiasts, they present themselves as capable of doing the job that you took 30 years of your life to learn.
True. Let's
jump in. And go up on YouTube, learn 2 cars and say them go back artists. And go total mess it.
Yeah, we see. I agree with that.
Big argument, when Alison gets some musicians to work with her and then mess up the whole thing. And then want to blame her, but not her fault. Them present themselves as musicians. Yeah. You can't present yourself as a plumber and go through your apprenticeship. We don't agree with that.
No.
Who wants to do that and mess up people things and then mess up people? I'm not sure I get messed up because of that.
Yeah.
Me as a man, I tell you now, when I come to England and I start to back him Sherman and I'm bridging there with me, when I know I'm capable of doing it, but nobody know of him. And the night me go so I said, go and go play for Bim. Because I know and you go up there and play for Bim Sherman. And he ended up starting to work with Michael Rose after that. And from here, Bim vexed me. From that, Bim vexed me, vexing. But you don't understand, say, when you're blessed, you're supposed to pass it on. That's real. You're a blessed musician, you pass on the gift what you get.
True.
And listen, I'm going to puff up myself and me run. No, you have to bring through other people.
True.
I saw it work, so me learn it. So I called Virgin and said, Virgin, go and play now. And then I said, that changed the man's life, that changed the man's entire out.
Yes.
Dedicate his life to the music too. From that moment on, his life changed.
I totally agree with that. Because I've experienced that myself where with musicians you bring in, a session will come and you call a man and man kind of, but sometimes there's other musicians out there who can do the job, but you know what it is? You just don't sometimes it's not just a playing, It's not just a playing that makes you a musician, It's your attitude. Right? Because you can go on the road and you're on the road and certain little things are going and you just don't know how to your attitude just mess up the whole thing. You come there with an attitude within the music. It doesn't help. It doesn't work. And I think as musicians you have to really acknowledge that there's a humbleness.
Steve, may I ask you a question? As a manager of a group, you must have seen a lot of these kind of things with people and their attitude and stuff like that. I mean, what do you think that the main reason why people are like this as a manager?
As a manager, to me, I think people are like that because of you see what it is, your ego. You know, your ego can be very, very dangerous, and it's something I don't like, the ego thing. You know, so and another thing as well, there's a disrespect. Now, if you call me Mikey, you call me for do something for you, right? And I decide and I agree to do it. First thing I'm going to be doing is make sure so I know what you want me to do, and I'm going to learn. Right? I'm going to make sure that I learn what you ask me to do. And then at the same time, I have to respect your event. I have to respect everything that you do. So anybody who I'm going to bring with me, they have to acknowledge that you can't come here and go on with no attitude on, you know, because it's not just you know, you disrespect the man's something that is probably built for about 20 years. You know what I mean? So I think for me personally, some people there's a lack of respect, right? And a lack of discipline with some of them that actually, you know.
But I think you're the right man to put them, that give them that discipline and put them in the right place. You know why I say that, Steve? Yeah, it's because me remember you did do a show for me up at the Drum. You remember that show there?
Yes.
And you had a set. You had a whole heap of different Marley songs which the band got sing, and you did ask me what my favorite Marley song, and I said to you, Rastaman Chant, my song that, yeah. Yes. But that wasn't really one of the songs that you had on the your lineup, yeah?
No.
But you said to me, I'll go get them to do that one there for you. And I remember you at the rehearsal, because they never get it right. They never get the I hear the sound. They never get it right. And you was on their case, and then they'll get vexed into, but in the end, it all go right on the night.
All right, you see, because
that's you.
Right.
That's you putting it across and said, "No, man, I want it done a certain way."
Yes.
You have to respect that.
Yes, yeah. Because we never really had done that song in the set before.
In the set, yeah.
But if we're gonna do it, we're gonna get it right. We're not just gonna do it because you want it and we just so we'll go up there and try it. No, we don't try a thing. You know, we don't try a thing. We don't really try a thing. You know what I mean? If we're gonna work with an artist, we're gonna give that artist a much. In fact, some cases, the artists have to step up. In a lot of the cases, because the band is so tight, right? The band, when the artists come in, he have to step up and he have to learn to perform. Because you know, we're not just dealing with ourselves. I personally would say to the artist, yo, Bridget, you have to really learn them lyrics. And you're a lyrics them, you know. Because I've been there before. But you now sing the lyrics them. So me study the lyrics. Mr. Bridget, you sing the second verse for the first verse, and the first verse, the second verse. Carla laughing about right?
Yeah.
So
Hey, you know what you're talking about too.
So they want to remember none of the lyrics. I'm a work with
me know a certain artist.
20 years enough about them and then him not knowing lyrics. You know what we had to create a show around a man when I sing.
All right, no, you just mentioned something there, right? That's exactly what I have to do. And when you see that individual perform or the artist performing, dangerous. But people don't know what we have to do as musicians behind the scene.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it represents we as well as a band. So we have to make sure, say, this artist, you have to create, and then sometimes you even have to create something around his mistakes.
Yeah.
So you don't realize certain things because you know so well, boy. You have some people singing and them jump to another thing, and you listen to the bass and the bass, and they have to drop it, and they have to move quicker because it's not really what in rehearse. But you wouldn't know as an artist, as the artist.
Yeah, you can't know. You
know what I mean? So we understand where you come from, Carl, and that's a good question, Mikey. Very good question.
This is Steve again, like you say, the ego. When a man have ego, you can correct him and him not hurt, him not cause no upset. And
Yeah.
he can
Well, this is what if
you
yes, true. If you can't take criticism, then you might as well come out of the business because
that's right.
constructive criticism.
Hey,
right?
I want to give you a joke, you know. Because Jamaican don't in the yard don't urchina. Yeah? And urchina say, oh, you play bass on it. And he goes up, boom, and show a guitar in my hand, you know. He say, yeah, man, pull up a chair, yeah, man. Light up him chalice and him and little tea there, and he start drinking. He say, all right, watch out. You know what I read him here? Play that to me. Play that tune, yeah. And hero me and him catch up now. He start him play a tune, Watch This Sound by Philip Fraser. And he say, here what? Me no want the bass line go or the original way. We are going to bounce it so. He rope it, and he hum the line. Me say, all right. Me go with the English self go and play the original. He said, no, man. No. All right. You know, if I say to you, he must bounce it a certain way. You have to listen to what he want and give the man what he want. The man cut out the your friend that's so
don't get cussing on the high priest here deal with
Hey, friend that's for me. You come out here, dear friend that's you're good, you know, man. You're good for sit down there. Last man in text said pan off him run, you know. But listen, I will get it right. And you come with more tune, and some of the artists come and think, what a vibe. But you have to listen to what a man want, the artist want. Give the man what he want.
A man wants something.
Ego don't come in night.
Yeah, even when you're backing an artist, you know, artists say want certain things, and then you go, you know, you have the band, and then you play. Even say the hi-hat or you groove the thing a certain way. No, we know how it groove on the record, and we know it wants, but a man I try to cut corner. Certain artists not have that.
Not have it. And what you mean?
I work with artists. I work with Barry Salmon and them man. And when them man come in the room, everything nice, you know. But there's even though it's nice, you know, there's certain things that he wants because he feeds off of it.
Yes.
And a bubble. Some man I play the wrong inversion. You know that car, certain man. I say, yo, wait, and it's a boy, no, but you can't argue. The man, you play the thing how it's supposed to go. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? And don't try and.
To what they show them me go. But if you want to know the Blackberries, Reggae Revolution's Blackberries, and Luciano, when Luciano do the backflip, man, and that show them. I see Dean Fraser look on James, I play the brass and shake him head and say, yeah, man.
What you mean, man? God bless him so, James, you know, man. He said, we learn, you know.
I'm being the man on the show there too. I have seen green. And being the man come on and light up the stage, you pure light, and you think, you look on a planet, you know.
Well,
yeah, the first from England.
Yeah, well, that was the first time Lucci come to the UK.
Yeah.
He come with Dean Fraser and, you know, and some backing singers and stuff like that, and then we kind of, we was the band, you know. And then we learned it. But I'm gonna tell you something as well. On that show we played in Nottingham, and we meet up with them in Nottingham. Yeah, that was it. I think that was one of the first shows. And you know, so we got in what we learned. The man said, no, some changes. And the
always.
But you know, we was humble enough. And I said, well, boy, you know what? But nobody never tell me that. This is what, you know, I was told, and this is what I asked. You know, I asked everybody. Them say, me know. And you know, we didn't really say, well, boy, I didn't really say, well, all right, sure, that can't work. Me just say, all right, wait, what is it you want then? So we put it together on the day.
Remember?
And make it work, you know what I mean? And it worked. You wouldn't have known that there was major changes going on. So that's the musicianship. Sometimes you have to be humble, and it's a learning process. It's a learning process.
Like Mikey say, you know, if you play a sound and you come from a background of music, you have a large vocabulary. That help you a whole heap, right? And one thing in a plan, you see, every time the man them come, you get 15 tune or 20 tune on a paper. When the man come in the room and change every one of them, he say, you know what, none of them.
Yeah. You have to adapt, big man.
We have to call.
It used to happen a lot. You have some promoters who decides that them want to set the program for the singer without so them come with the favorite tune where them are reminisce about from them was a kid. And then flinging 5 tune in there where the artist not even want to sing. And then decide say, you're gonna play them tune there because I'm not
sure. Roasting them.
So we are roasting them not knowing say another artist set him a give him give some of the artists tune them and put theme in there. So when the artist come in there, me not do that tune there. And get mad and say, oh well go on there and turn around and look.
For real. Yeah, no, I've experienced that as well. But you know what I normally do? You know what I do, Carl? I got the stage where, I said, well, on this thing, because when the band performs,
you can suspect it because if him hit tunes in there, you know there's something funky going on.
True.
So, and then sometimes they want to blame the band, but it's not the band's fault.
But what I used to do...
Hey, this is Prince say, cut, and he come to me as the bass player, the band leader. What key is that, Rasta? The one of hummingbird in a bass up. They say F sharp, right? Because of bam, all of it in a sync, Him one out, Hear him. Get about that tune there. In draw, come from Buzzra and tear down the whole place and carry on again. They say, all right. They say, all right. Him know him tune.
That's a real artist,
man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Him know him tune.
But you see, have that situation where the promoter decides him want to run the show, and when the artist come, it's a different thing him come with. And literally that's straight 9 tune out of 18 set, a whole new set we have to learn in one rehearsal. I've seen that before.
Another problem with this year, sometimes a man don't turn up for rehearsal. Right? That we don't like neither. So when you come back stage, you're nervous.
Never stop you there, so. Never stop you there, so. Me not have that problem there.
All right.
You know why I have that problem there?
Yeah.
Because you choose the right musician then. Because if a man don't turn, you're mad, you're crazy.
Me I thought the artist, the artist turn up on the stage.
All right, I understand you, but I've worked with artists before, and I only see the artist when they meet the stage.
True.
Yeah. True. Time the artist come in either the day before the performance or 2 days before. So people know the man who pay him money don't really care, Him come here.
True.
But he don't know what's going on.
Another thing, listen to some artists now. Mrs. Scotty come on stage and he must sing Stop That Train, right? And he come on and he sing the verse and he go, Stop that train. And he say, Will. And he say, come again. The man a sing and he go straight in the chorus, no verse, the whole of the band tumble. And me want to get it right, Because me a feed off my energy, me go, there so him there. And me just rub that, The man them have to catch up, quick, and catch up.
Yeah, so, you know what, and them things there's experience still, you kind of learn, because we can talk about them. So it's not a nice feeling still, but you can talk about you can talk about them. But what I tend to do with the artists now when the artists come in, I tend to I ask the promoter and what's the set list? I want this, and when I say I want the set list, I want it in order. Now, if I'm not too sure, I say, look, we need to talk to the artist. And I would take time out and talk to the artist and find out, because it's not a nice feeling.
No.
And then you rehearse, we rehearse tight. We'll make sure so this thing all right. Then come in, and then it's a no, them tune them enough, play them tune them, and that tune them enough, play that tune. That's not the first tune, And,
Yo, Steve, may I ask you a question? Sorry for cut you, big man. Like how the Triano, a musician, right? And me a promoter stroke DJ, yeah? So you work with a lot of artists between the Triano, yeah? So may I ask you a question? Because we're on a little stream thing tonight, and the people are listening and they want to know,
Yes,
so may I put this question to Ono, yeah? Who is the most difficult artist you ever work with? Talk the talk. And may I talk to you first, Steve, then you, Carl, then you, teacher. So which artist need the most problem? Talk it.
Right. Carl, Singing and cheer.
Me go answer it, and this one answer what me go give you. We answer everything. When them gone.
You run gone.
Me there. Answer refreshment.
Carl, I got answer.
If you're going to address the whole thing. You see the artist where you see in front of you, whether it be Burning Spirit, Dennis Brown, this, that. And the fans, them love him. That person, that persona, the man where you rehearse with, and the person who you meet are two different people. It's always that.
True.
So you will work with an artist where you know, like, not all. You can't tolerate him, you can't wait for your tour done. And you find the next one nice and easy. And then you will find the next one just mean and stingy and wicked and dirty, and you want to kick him in the battle when the tour done. But as a professional, you just deal with it.
Yeah.
And what happened on the road, we don't really go on the road and talk and tell people what happened on the road, because that's not professional. But as
I beg to second that. I beg to second that.
It's Mikey.
Come on, like, put him on the fence.
Yeah, you want Mikey.
The people don't want to know.
Hey, Mikey. Yes, because it's been recorded.
Hold on, teacher. Make him finish that.
Yeah, true. Work have a big impact on people's lives, you know. But if you really know the man himself, you would never buy one M record. You would never even because of the human being, the human being that made that artist is different from the artist himself.
Yes,
true.
That is because me refuse to. Yeah.
Carl, me hear what you said, big man. I understand the reason where you give me, nothing wrong. But I just the four way I talk right now, me don't want the details. Me don't want to go into the things. We just want to say, boy, we work with this man and boy, it was a problem. That's all me fight.
All right.
On the road. I mean,
you know what? Somebody just said that in the chat room. What happens on the road, stay on the road, Mike.
Yeah, man.
It's a policy.
It's a policy.
No disrespect to what you're saying. We respect what you're saying, but you know.
And the other
all right. Well, left it there so then.
All right. Let me
Mikey. Mikey.
Let me show you something what nearly make me quit music. Me have some artists where you, as a youth growing up, because the man the elder for me, and you're growing up and you say, boy, I'm a favorite artist this, you know. Me can't wait for work. It's like you learn every one in tune. Before the man come, you know every tune. Before you set this even reach England, you know all in tune. The way you're so glad and G'd up to learn the man. Right? And when the man turn up, the first thing the man said to you, just cut your vibes. Like you don't even want to work with him.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's it. You have to change your mindset now and say, you know what? Just because of the material what the people them love and they want to hear it, let me be professional and not argue with this man. But
exactly.
At that level, we told him, you know.
No, Mike. So Mike, you know, Mike.
Right. Fight him and come and play the instrument like man, like we never had a fight a while ago. We thump him, go back on the stage and play for him. Same way. I know me and him fight.
Yeah.
Why,
Mikey.
You know,
Mikey.
Human being too. I mean, we talk artists want test me. Yeah.
Can't say we thump him down. Anyway, right. Right. Carl, you said something about, you know, certain artists and things like that, which I'm aware of that as well. You know what I mean? I'm aware of that as well. You know, but what we tend to do, sometimes we as musicians have to reason with the man and ask the artist, well, and we are dealing, Bridget, because even we are shocked of, because we look up to the man music, we look up to the individual music, and So we sometimes we have to tackle him and sometimes behind the scenes. But one thing we don't do though, and I'm sure Carl does the same thing. We don't bring it on the stage.
No. True.
We never
don't bring it on the stage. We don't bring it on the stage. We do not bring it on the stage. Now, on that note, before I carry on any further, right?
If we lose one person, you know.
No, we have another guest come in.
Okay.
Right? Well, Well, this man, Carl, Mr. Amlak himself.
First of all, me I go bless up the house. Greetings, brother Steve. The platform are going enough. It turn up. It is fantastic. You have a wide range of guests again this week. Marvelous set of gentlemen. Some of the greatest in the industry. And I'm saying that because last week we get roast and toast. I hate the most. So I'm being nice to everybody. Wooly, I will call you back. Wooly, I'm going to call you back. Even though you're not upon ear, Wooly, you can cause me a lot of problem. Right? So God bless all of you. Let the roasting begin. Go on.
No, Carl, last week, last week.
Ah, what you say?
I tell you, we just mash up the place, man. Willie just drive, you know, some nice reasoning though, you know. For real. But greetings, Amlak, and welcome to Legend Live TV again. It's a privilege to have you back on the air again, my brother.
Man, it's my pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
You and Carl calling him earlier on, and it's just a coincidence on the scene. So, Carl, see now, come in, so you and him go on the road. I'm sure.
Well, the question was, which is the hardest? So I think I hear you say which is the hardest artist to deal with, right? And there was also the comment of what go on the road, stay upon the road, and every single thing we're gonna say, right? Well validated. Yeah, sometimes you want to do a man something, and no care what happen, right? We don't bring it on the stage. We do not bring it on the stage.
No, that's a professional artist. That's a professional musician.
You know, and one of the comments that was said was sometimes some of the artists, the way they behave as a human being, you'd never buy one of them record. But one of the things, and I had this conversation with somebody this week, right, on the same lines, is you don't let the message, especially if it's a roots and culture and it's a conscious lyrics, you know, which edify people and uplift people, artists that you respect enough years and thing, you don't make the messenger get in the way of the message. The message is the most important. You know, so some of the people, them behavior is terrible amongst human beings. But the message, you have to remember where the message coming from. And so you have to support that. You know, so where you would like want to bring down a man name and say that man, you see the man they put. Sometimes you have to hold it because the message and the whole purpose of what we do and why we do it and where it come from through the creator. Sometimes
the message is in the music.
See,
man, I really think, man.
The message is in the music, you know. So, you know, even though that person might have written that song as well, and what I realize as well, people have to realize that some of these artists write these songs, you know, and they write these serious subjects on songs, and long time ago, you know, and they have to realize that pertains to them as well. They're supposed to listen to that message.
Supposed to.
There was some songs that some avoid,
but you know,
they don't want to perform it.
No, true.
I just don't remember something, you know. What are they?
Speaking about them stuff, they don't want to sing it. I don't care what you tell them, so boy, the fans don't want to hear that tune, I know.
They don't listen, right? We the on tour, right?
Yeah.
And Carl know this, right? Carl, remember one of them tour they do when I mention the artist name, right? In fact, something just come back to me. Carl, Germany, when certain man go across the border and come back with a behavior you would have never expect from an artist. I remember saying, remember with you and him and this and that. If Conrad there now, I'm dead. Some of the artists them create such a situation, right? And we're talking about behind the scenes, you know, in a hotel and clothes that draw up and contention and Carl, remember?
Yeah, man.
We did and things. People wouldn't know these things. Yeah, they wouldn't know. I mean, I talk about fisticuff and draw up and all them things. And then the very next night, we're on stage together again, like nothing.
No,
you know what I mean?
Just go up there and perform.
Nothing.
Yes, respect of the music. Respect of the music is
the vibe. Keep the vibe. Very positive.
So even though there's a problem or some kind of you know, differences and certain, you know, attitude and thing within the artists. When we get on the stage, you know, we tend to really let the music do the talking and the message within the music across, which is most important. Because people come there and they come there because of the artist and his message. Even though the artist not perform right behind stage or behind the scenes or, you know, in life and things like that, but there is a message that's already been, because he was given that message. You know, he was given that message, and that message was given for people to acknowledge and get uplifted by it. You know what I mean? But sometimes they forget within themselves that, you know, they need to acknowledge the message when them see a message. Then they need to acknowledge it even more than some of the people out there. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's something, but as you say, we're on the road and we learn a lot, and it's good that we're talking about this right now, because it's the experience that we've gone through, and sometimes, you know, artists has come and gone, and we don't get a chance to talk about, you know, our journeys. You know what I mean? And it's a nice privilege to be here talking about some of the good times and the ups and downs and things, because people have to know the road. The road is not a bed of roses. Sometimes it's nice, you know.
Nah.
But at the same time, it can be rough.
Nah, I mean, like on the road, man. In terms of, I mean, man, I lie down in them bed with buckle beside them bed in case a certain man come in the room. Yeah, man have straight, man have knife and weight. In fact, you know something? I remember one particular thing when one artist cuss off another artist. In fact, me get fly to Europe last minute emergency. A promoter called me and said, "Amla, please put a band together and come. We need you now, please, because the band that backing this artist said that they're not going to back him no more. I need a band now." Right? I'm going to put that thing together. And when we go over there, and me a sound check, big show, and me a sound check, one of the other musicians walk up to me, push me, and when me turn around, he say, "I'm ready for it." He said, "I'm like, are you?" He said, "Yeah." "So you are back the artist? Because we not back him." Right? He said, "Yeah, man." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Are you boy them this?" He said, "Yeah, man, my crew." He go, "Oh, no, all right, then, no, all right." Then him go for the artist and we cuss him. Him cuss the artist. And we gun him talk about where him have too long a wait. So that was there in Europe. We get through. All right. I go back to America. I live America them time. The artist will get cussed. I do production work with him. So me there San Francisco, me and him go in the studio. The knife where him pull from under feet, him can't see. And say, "Any other man ya come to America, this him a get." All right. Me not say nothing. Me start another tour with another band. Few months later, me start tour from New York for go across the country to Cali. Me see the other man who him they catch up with in Europe. Him said to me, "I'm like, come here." And him pull out one piece of long gun. He said, "Any day me see that." New York to California is 3,000 miles. Right? And me just stay so, just keep them apart. And you will never believe this is name brand artists. Name brand. So like we said, the music is the most powerful thing. The differences is with differences. And for the sake of the fans as well, you don't want the fans them, you know, hearing these things. You know?
You know, yeah, this is the thing, is so you know what, and it's good that we don't call artist name, because it can put a damp on things at the end of the day. And we're here, but you know what? Let's kind of move it a different way now, yeah. No, you know, I'm like on Carl now. Wanna play with some artists and things like that, right? And what is, you know, between the two, what countries abroad have you both been playing together and toured between you?
What's to do European
and
stuff?
Both of you on the same, both of you are back in the same artists.
Yeah.
And what you know, what countries? Where did you go on that tour?
We do Holland. We do Scandinavia. The whole of Denmark, Sweden,
Yeah.
France, Germany.
What year was that? What year was that?
Gosh, no. Teacher.
Record, what tune? Remember the tune then?
Yeah.
The tune.
The tune we tell you.
No, man, the tune
I can't remember, you know, because like.
All right.
Which artist?
Well, Carl will
dig it up now.
89.
All right. Which artist?
What is artist?
Only for different artists, man.
Yeah, from Earl 16, Mikey Dread, go right wrong. Jaman.
Yeah.
This was all like, late 80s.
Yeah,
actually, before me was with Pato, Steve.
I work with Freddie McGregor, remember?
Eh?
There was Freddie McGregor, Mikey Dread.
No, but I talk about when you
together.
Carl work.
Yeah, that's like late 80s.
That's alright down for with 2 on the work with.
Yeah, 80s, late 80s.
Because we know to do a tour together.
Yeah.
A tour,
more than one.
Different tour.
Yeah,
see,
since 80s, late 80s.
And it was a variety of artists. I mean, it wasn't just one artist.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I mean? But I think it was in the 80s, probably was in the 80s.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, late 80s.
It was in Europe.
Yeah, mostly Europe. Scandinavia.
Mm-hmm. And you know, those tours was like it was like a growth to you guys, wasn't it? It was like,
absolutely,
you know, learning the trade still on the road.
Yeah.
And experience because you see what you can't do, you can't buy experience.
Right.
No,
I can tell you one part of the learning, something that like I never really would discuss with Carl, but when I say a part of my learning is like my background in music come up in England, and then we go out and we tour here, there, and wherever. Carl background in the music coming up out of Jamaica. So when Carla talk to me certain time, and me listen to when Carla talk, and me listen to when other man from Jamaica talk from the same background, and I listen to the vibe what them come with, right? How they went about learning and honing their skills and honing their craft. And one thing I can say when I'm touring with my Jamaican counterparts like Carl, Marley, and such forth and thing, right? Their finishing school is of a very high standard, right? Those guys have to know. We in England we talk about top 40. Those guys know top 400 and top 4,000. Their level of musicianship is beyond. Man like Carl, his level of musicianship is way beyond.
So you kind of you learned a lot from that.
Yeah, it's unspoken, and I'm speaking it now. Carl didn't never hear me say it before, but what we learn, and not just the musicianship, but the way a man got to work. You know, the mindset, type of mindset they have about their approach to the job at hand, and about their approach to, we leaving the hotel at this time, we need to get to there, and just the way a man move. You know what I mean? Right. So the different groups of people I've worked with, right, have different traits. You know, sometimes I work with some of the Jamaican artists, them, the bandsman, the man, when they go up on the plane, say we're heading into the States and we come from another country. Them man, they first pull out them. Every form that I have to sign before we reach at the immigration, the man sign all them form the first straight away and then put it away. Me now coming with a different thing. Me sign it when we reach and me a beg man pen. Right? Right. It's certain, you understand me, Carl? There's certain traits. Me tour Anthony B, me road manager Anthony B then. And there's certain traits that those chaps coming out of Jamaica with, what they do, which is so proper, on point. Man now go late, man now go lay, man passport, man no want nobody hold them passport. Me have my passport. Like sometimes Steve, as you know, sometimes tour manager take the passport, the man yard man no want nobody hold them passport. Man them turn up and wait and I watch this until the hotel check in, everybody want their passport. There's different things that we pick up. So when we there with Carl, it's like it's a learning all over again. Cause we tour with Marley how much? We tour with Carl. It's a part of the same thing, and it's like there's just certain nuances that may adapt. You know, unspoken. I mean, I talk it now.
Yeah, man.
Right? Yeah, real.
We are second.
We learn say we're in Europe to how to manage people, because culturally it's a big divide, there's a big difference between the Caribbean and the Americas. And different thing. You have to be able to be pleasant to people who are some people all talk to you in an language tell you racist words and they don't know say no.
Yeah, for real.
I just laugh, I laugh, look funny man, say laugh. Remember one time we were at Germany and I think we were back in culture. And some skin.
Yeah, culture.
We did Hamburg with it.
Hamburg.
And think they are play football and some skinheads are pass and one of them go say, look at the monkey. But they never realized that the bass player at the time was in the British Army for nearly 15 years and speak
Germany.
So when he passed and said, look on the monkey them, my boy turned to him and said in a German, are you mama?
Oh dear.
So them get mad now and turn. Share them run come. So you see when they reach near and now, the road just open and about 10 dread step out of that.
That's a road. That's a road.
It done this so.
It's funny you say Hamburg, because when Junior, we go on tour with Junior Roots at Germany, and when the tour bus up Dusseldorf, we see a Rasta come down the road, look raggedy, So we say, wait, them pretty look different round here. When he come near, man, and Mr. Joseph, 1 year over there, so 1 year over so. It's weird.
Yeah.
And again, it was a pleasure to play at Germany because the band did rehearse up all heap of rapping and hip hop because that was a thing in the mid-80s when Snoop Dogg that come up big and we go up on stage and bust the little hip hop and them thing there. It never worked. You see when Bob Marley get up, stand up and riot. We say, oh my God, yeah. We think I fight.
Real. So yeah, myself has experienced doing some things, on the road. And what I do, what I've learned from the road is part of my journey.
Sure.
It's an experience that, you can't buy. You can't go to college and learn that experience. You can't go to university and learn that experience.
No.
You have to go on the road and you have to go through it and you have to live it. But what I enjoy being on the road, what the policy that I really respect a lot about being on the road is the family thing. When we're on the road, I always specify that we are one big family. So we're looking out for each other because we're in territories that we've never been before. You know what I mean? So we have to look out for each other. So it was like when we're on the road, we're a family. And when we say a family, I mean brother and sister, whatever. Whatever we're on the road and from
all right. You never cut him teeth. Let me tell you about the family. When I left 191 Burner Street, I carry my Dutch pot and half a bag of potato, saltfish, ackee. The man then say, I'm mad. And when we drive to Germany on the Autobahn, and the Dutch pot against the chair for king, and they laugh after me. We go into the house. 3 tables full of food, right? The girl them over there cook. Then hear them now. Teacher idiot. Cook food, man. You see, after 2 days, the food gets stale. You see when we start to cook, the whole of them, you feed poor manager. Everybody. Now, you see that on the road, right? You have to have the experience. You can't get that round here. You have to go on the road and you find out who a man really is. You really find out who is who on the road,
As you talk about the food, I remember Steve with our Brazil. One time with our Brazil, and we go up and before we leave, and we buy some bulla. And then we went on some month and a half tour and all that thing, You see when the tour gone right down in the deepness of the tour, and we went on some of them. Remember them drive the Steve all 18 hour drive, and we draw for the bulla. The bulla could have dry. Every man get up in there, broke it like fish and loaf like Jesus Christus. Remember the bulla, Steve? Remember? Boss, man.
A Germany, me see the biggest cabbage me ever see. It must be about 3.5 foot off a ground in a circle. You know. I tell the man with that, that's too big, right? They have a bread over there will come like dumpling, and it thick like a hard dog. And me I carry back one of them in the van come to England, you know. When we almost reached down Dover. Yeah, the man them know. Teacher, the bread now reach England, you know. You have to go both that right. Then a blue I drive the van, you know. You see that the man light up and start smoke. You nearly dead in the little van, you know. What? 1 man smoke at a time, man. When I go kill everybody.
Exactly. What I learned on the road. What I've learned on the road is that I used to buy stuff from, you know, like your bulla, and your bun, and you know, even hard old bread or certain little thing, and sometimes some thin things as well, you know. And you know, when you get to circle in Europe, you know, Europe is a funny place, and I know Carl and Amlak will back me up on this. Certain places you go, places close very early. Right? And sometimes when we get there late. And even though the promoter want to find with food, them can't find enough food that hours there. And me in a situation where we say to a man, we'll come in my room, and it's like say it's a saver when me have. Because everybody realize say, yo, you was right to bring what you bring, because we bust a bus. Because if not, you're gonna get hungry because you're gonna get food, you know, you're gonna get food, you know, but right that time of the night, you can't get no food.
Remember we come from Africa at the time there, with German, and we reach France. Right, reach a Paris in the late, and every man are dead for hungry, and the man decides to go in bed, and every man are dead for hungry, and we have to come out and say, come and walk and look food, and we are walk, every man hungry, you know, far away I come from Africa for reach France, and man them a drop off 1-1, 2. Remember the night there, and it's only the hungriest who become the weakest of man. Finally, little spot could eat. Barely put the food out. Far we walk the night, man. Far. Just to eat a little something. Remember the night? My gosh, man.
Some man turn back, actually.
Enough man turn back.
Some man turn back.
The man them do a show, the junior roots at Dusseldorf, Germany. And they have we out whole day walk up and down sightseeing and all of this. And when we get back now, time for sound check and load up van and things. So me say, me now go nowhere tell me eat. The man them vexing me, our tour manager vexing up. And I cook up a piece of red pea soup, you see. When the smell start circulate the house, the man then calm down, you know. And when you eat, I go sound check and test out and look. I don't have food in it. He said, no, we refuse, man. When everybody eats, you know, and I'll be G with the video. Come back to England, one day I'm a friend, and in boss a joke, he said that man, yeah, he feed everybody when we go up and tour with him, you know. I see him Dutch back with him and laugh out.
Nah,
Apologies, people. My battery dead for me, Steve.
Okay.
And when we get little charge back for it, I mean, I try coming in the room again. It's like you don't see me. I mean, I go
no, we just see you, Bridget. We just see you because we have been in the waiting room too long.
Yes. But there, man. Bless up everybody, yeah.
I'm like Palestine, you know.
Yo, wow, God. Hey,
respect, big man.
Watch out. I have a question for the sound man. Steve, pardon me and please excuse me. I have a question for the sound man.
I'm like, hold on a bit there. You have your music up or your sound up in your room or something like that, loud or?
No. We have a headphone. No feedback coming. B, check your thing because it's that echo since you come on, you know. You have headphone or something, so? Because it sounds like you have create a loop wrong there.
Talk again now.
Go on then.
Yeah, there's a loop. Yeah, it sounds like something turned. You have a tablet, Virgin?
No, I just my phone obvious right now, not me.
Put on there, man. Put on your headphone with the phone. No, we can still hear it now. We can still hear the echo going.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have a headphone, you know.
Okay.
Just
We're
turn
going
on
to work it.
Yeah. Just turn on the
Yes,
volume.
Yeah. Yeah. Me gonna ask the sound man them a question, you know. And I hope say every sound man in England and listen to this all around the world, you know. Right? And this is a musician I talk now, yeah. Now, when we make the record then, we make the record them at a certain pace, certain speed, certain beats per minute. And the music them, especially certain roots music with certain minor chords and stuff, have a certain frequency. Yeah. And when it make with a certain frequency, when it lick the people a certain way, right, it affect the people a certain way. Yeah. That's why we choose certain chords to make certain tunes and such forth and this, that, yeah. Now, I think when we notice I say, why is it that the DJ them and the sound them certain time speeding up the music? Can we go Selassie I dance, Irish and dance? We may expect to hear roots and culture as roots and culture, not like Mickey Mouse speed up and thing. What go on there, so, and what we can do about it? Because as a musician who play the music with these artists from years and the music set at a certain frequency, when a sound man speed up the tune, it's very disheartening and it created a different kind of vibe. What go on there, so? Say something to me, somebody.
Me personally, me can't really talk about that because you see when sometimes you have an operator upon a sound and sometimes operator mess around with the sound too much, the sound I play level, everything I play good, and then and want to turn up this and turn down that and next thing you know you get distortion and the thing the sound right. So I don't really know about that because I'm a DJ and I really sound man again, you get me? But for me that would be the reason to me.
All right. I personally
from what me see as a sound man, enough of them get excited, right? And through the digital format now, you have where them have like rhythms now. Now, then we play a tune and it's fast, and all the tunes syncopate to the same tempo. So them play music from a tempo perspective instead of a musical perspective. Because we know the music make a certain way, it make feet come across that way as a concept. So a lot of man, all right, it's like you have a program then and you some program now you're playing musical notes on a keyboard as an input. Some programs you can take the mouse and build something mechanical. Some of them DJ they might play the music mechanically, tempo to tempo and match tempo. Them now deal with a vibe and some hype up thing to them deal with. Because if you want music conscious and steady, it's to keep that concept. But through the hype and hyper up tempo thing, they might rush. You see it?
Okay. All right. My personal view on it is this: from what I can experience and I've seen and I'm kind of observing what I want. Sometimes they don't realize the speed, all right?
Sure. Well, them background.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it. I'm just talking from what I see. And then halfway through the tune, them realize the speed not right, and them try to slow it down to where it's supposed to. It done gone bad already. So sometimes where a man who knows the tempo and the vibe, the vibe of the tune, they know straight away. Boom. That the speed is not right because they know the tune. When you know the tune, but I don't think some of them know the tune that much to know say it's too fast. You understand? So that's just
my real talk.
But another thing is this: it's not just the record them so far that we are there now. Remember, a whole tune I get licked back now. And what them are do with the tune, them some of them I don't think a lot of it I don't think it's justice. If you have to play back a man tune, you have to do it justice to it credit, no. But I'm better than before, That's how it's supposed to be. So again, with the youth,
I'm
gonna tell you something to her, and this goes for everybody who produce reggae music. If you understand this, it's not every bass line and every drum pattern you can speed up. Because there's some bass line, the faster you play it, the worse it sounds.
True.
Because the notes I'm supposed to breathe. As a bass man, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, man.
Absolutely.
Breathe. Yeah. And if you don't make the note breathe, it destroys the whole concept of the song.
Yeah.
So most of the time, that's true. Is a bass determine the tempo, you know. Most of the time, the drummer is of the right perception and we know what tempo it is, he'll hear it. You know, but the machine nowadays, people just want to just program some things with their finger.
That's right, mechanical and rush.
That's why so much really good tunes. No disrespect to all the songwriters in England. You guys have some brilliant songs that you've written and present them, but that's where it falls down. That because nobody not take the time to say, okay, drum and bass, my foundation, and we set that right first before me even sing and put on this. You know, you can't be satisfied because everybody want like the hype, everybody hype up. Because song is meant to be done slow. You do it slow. Problem, right? Everyone want to go up there 81. For what? Because you want man, do. Remember, you know, DJs dealing with the mechanics of the thing, like as you said. They just want to match a tempo to our next tune. And most of the time it works, but some of the time it don't work because they make the artist sing like a girl. You know, sometimes the amount of time you hear Dennis Brown voice sound like a girl. The way all the man fast. And the whole purpose of Dennis Brown singing was to get the feeling. You know,
because even
that feeling the white tune slow, you know. It's not like saying couldn't do it fast. He could have. Even Bob Marley. There's a lot of tunes Bob couldn't do fast because you know Bob is an international artist. But you know the technology, we have to rein in the technology and we control that, you know. Not the machine. We have to hold that and say, yo, no man.
Even the dub plate. Even the dub plate thing then, right? Where the man them strip off the vocal and sing back over. A lot of the vocal don't tune properly to the rhythm. Sometimes you can hear the singer, it don't even match. So you have a generation now that now do them own work, you know. And so you now have the quality, they just hype, you know.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go to the chat. I'm gonna go to the chat room for a little bit right now. Christian Collins. Everybody know Christian Collins.
What's up, Chris?
Well, man, Chris has said something. This is Chris's view on it. Tempo sets the vibe. DJ should never mess with the artist's composition. I think that's a good point.
Real talk. Real talk.
You know, real talk. You know what I mean? Real talk. You know. And Willie Gunn said a quick thing. Them like.
I'll lie, Willie Gunn. I'll lie, man. Too much DJ nowadays, and the quick thing them on. I mean, I wonder if that them deal with everything in a life quick.
That one to sell off. Man.
Yeah, man. We're glad we come from the old school.
Yeah, right. We have 5 minutes. You know, we have 5 minutes of the program. You know, and you know it's been good. So, and what I would like to ask everybody individually. Teacher, how are you coping with this pandemic or I'm going to call it pandemic or something like that?
This pandemic, yeah. Well, like I see it already, you know. I stall them on a stall right now. We just bring in the cool period to falsify them figures. Because what we see it is them crash the economy, to shake off a whole heap of loose leaves and reset the things. And the big man, the rich will get richer. That's the plan, you know.
Okay,
and
so
that's your vaccine. When I run up in a vaccine.
Okay, that's your view on it.
All right, no, yes.
Yes, Carl, what's your view on the pandemic? I know how you're coping with it.
Pandemic to me is a pandemic. As the man say a while ago, and a pandemic, you know, in a pandemic.
Pandemic.
So I mean, know one thing. Say you can't live in this world follow next man plan. And so it's said. Only God plan alone is supposed to follow. So you have to just choose between the wisdom of God give you or man plan why I'm a try for family it out and no. Because right now they might talk about vaccine, enough people them are killing them. This vaccine when they come say them have to keep it at minus 71 degrees and then they want to inject you with that. Come on.
So that's your view on it.
My view on it, Bridging them not find them a bluff. That's my opinion. You know?
Okay. All right. So, Mikey D, what do you think about the situation now and how you see it and how you're coping with it?
Well, I kind of agree with Carl when he said about the pandemic, you know what I mean? Because it is a planned thing from Wuhan to the rest of the world. If you go to Wuhan now, everything nice down there. The whole of China nice, but the rest of the world has suffer still, you get me? So, right now, I agree with Carl. I'm not in the vaccine thing because you know how much years them I try to find cure for the common flu, for common this, for common that, and can't get no vaccine, but yet them find a vaccine after 7-8 months. So what that say?
True.
You know?
All right.
But wait,
but me cope. Me just have to tidy myself and do what me have to do, you know what I mean?
Just want COVID-20 and COVID-21.
Right.
First
we have to call again.
Are we them say if we go first to take it, you know?
Well, that's always the case. But it's not going to work like that right now.
Them say we vulnerable, so we if we go and take the vaccine first.
Okay, so all right.
If we vulnerable, Africa rates lower than everybody else. Anyway,
yeah, well, you see what me says, right? With regards to our go on, something did it, and people who have weaker immune system, if it lick them, then they're in trouble. More so than people who have stronger immune system or pH levels are higher, or nutritionally they are more adept, ready for this type of thing. Now, what we see is something go on, and there are a lot of opportunists who jump in with a little scam a little scam there, and a little thing that which turn it into a lot of big things, causing a lot of problems for everybody. Right? Because me always remember one day, and me and Leo did a talk about this, Cornerstone Leo, that talk the other day in the Africa. And me remember one day me there saw a road, and a piece of fog leak one night some years ago. I don't know if you remember it. One night saw a road, a piece of fog leak. And the amount of man start running in a shop and grab up things because nobody can see them on the road. You see if you pick up what you pick up in the shop, and as you run out the road, you can't see your own hand, foot, nothing. It turned the neighborhood into a league of opportunists because of opportunity, just like riot. A whole heap of opportunists start do something in the guise of something else. And that is what's going on. Right? Certain thing plan, and they might take step with people and with liberty. And there's a whole bunch of other guys that take up some other little things at the same time.
Like Bill Gates.
Force through a little plan. And it's causing mayhem. Something out there, something that sick people, things like cancer, things like flu, things like everything they already. There's a new thing that out there that is weakening some people's immune system and them suffer from it if them catch it. But it's not going to wipe out the planet. Other things never wipe out the planet. Right? And this thing are not wipe out the planet either. Them just push the thing a little further and push other agendas.
I mean,
still you have to stay safe.
Ordinary flu kill more people than COVID-16.
True.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
No, because they never give the kids them flu job because of this pandemic. Everybody are focused. Them say the flu, the thing they gone up now, measles and them thing they gone up. The amount catching measles is gone because of them are focused on COVID. So you see?
Let's call them a star. Right. Soon come COVID-20, COVID-21.
Okay. Right. Now I'm gonna go to the chat room for the last time. Because there's quite a few views in here. Right. That Christian said this for the early talk we talked that earlier on about record. Speed up that. Hold on. We can just get this thing right now, right? Because it's moved up, right? It's a speed up dancehall done too fast, right? And then Willigan say you can skank to 3 little birds. Christian Collins said, scamdemic, them a panic, aha, in laugh, right? Willigan said, wrong guitar tonight, Amlak. Wrong guitar tonight, Amlak. All right.
And the wrong one? You don't like this one?
And then
no
Christian come again and he said, true one party while true one. He said true one party while we get grounded in our house, right? And Wooligan said it's a money making game. And then Christian, the last one, Christian said COVID 1984. Right, you know. So on that note, you know, I like to say, I know, but right. As we come to the end of the program, you know, I would like to thank each and every one of our guests, Carl, Teacher, DJ Mikey D, and Amlock. What do you call it? Grammy Far right.
Yeah.
I also would like to greet up all the fans in the chat room, you know, for supporting this this platform, and you know, we look forward to seeing you guys again. But once again, thank you all you guests and everybody who's took part today, whether behind the scenes or, you know, I appreciate you watching and taking it in, and you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So on that note, I would like to say greetings once again to each and every one, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. You know what I mean? I really do look forward to you guys on the next one. Hold on, aliens, guess what?
And Steve, big up yourself as well, Steve, yeah?
What was that? Hold on. What you say now?
We say keep up the works.
Yes. Okay. So on that note, you know, as you know, guests, we will be behind the scenes still. So you don't have to, right? But
I know the roasting I go start.
No, I don't. No roasting not gonna go on. You know, we just look forward to the whole thing, you know. But once again, thank you all for being here, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next program. Yeah. God bless,
big man.
God bless and keep you all out there. Keep safe. Keep up your immune system, and one love, and God bless you each and everybody.